What's up, people? I'm back. Um, Sorry I haven't done a video in a few days. This whole week I will be doing videos. Um, Today we're doing the AVP review. Tomorrow I'll squeeze it in tomorrow. I'll We're gonna rank the aliens, and then I think Monday we'll probably do AVPR or Requiem, and then uh and I'll just kind of freeball it. But um, but today we are reviewing Alien versus Predator, the first one. I decided to do them separately because I just feel like they're separate movies. Yeah, both of them deal with Alien and Predator, but I do feel like you can't really put them in either franchise. They're their own thing. And I remember this movie came out in 2004, so this was a year after Freddy versus Jason. So that did well. So they're like, okay, we got to do AVP, and we got this movie. And I remember I was 9 years old when it was out, and I remember seeing it in theaters, and I liked it. I rewatched it the other day. It's decent. It's very 2000s, but I think it's a fun one. I mean, I think it's like Freddy versus Jason. It did what it was supposed to do. Get the alien to fight the predator. You know, and I think they did that right. I think the one thing they really fucked up on was the whole making it PG-13. I don't know why they did that. I think that's honestly the only real fuck up of the film is trying to make it a PG-13. There was no reason to do it. I think if anything, I think the predators in it were dope. I kind of like they're more like young predators. I forgot what the names were, but the main one, they had like little nicknames, and I like that. And then the Xenos were cool. I think they did a good job of making both look good. The Queen battle in the end was dope. Like overall, like I said, I liked the film. It did what it was supposed to do. Was it amazing? No, and definitely it could have been better. And we'll get to Requiem because oh my god, that film, ugh. But this one, out of 10, I'll before I even get into it, I guess I would give it like a 7, or 7.5. I think the music's decent too. I like the Mayan, almost I forgot, I don't know exactly where, but this like pyramid, I like it. It was kind of, you know what it was? It's because I was super into the Mummy movies at the time. So that just anything that kind of reminded me of that just always was like, okay, you're good in my book. But yeah, the not making it R rated was stupid. I don't know what they were going for. I don't know if they were just like, we got to try to get the mainstream audience. It's stupid. Like, stop doing shit like that, Hollywood. Alien and Predator movies were both R rated. They both were R rated franchises. You can't just, oh, we're gonna make it PG-13 for no reason, and it didn't work. So some of the kills I felt like they were very quick cut. So someone got sliced, cut it. But okay, so we start off with this Predator spacecraft, and we see them. And this is where we meet the Weyland team, which I'll admit they were okay. Sanaa Lathan's character, I don't really remember her name. Alexa. Okay, Alexa. And you had an archaeologist. You had like very kind of generic kind of crew that basically the victims, as I call them. They were okay characters. I think Sanaa Lathan's character was decent. She wasn't, and it was kind of cool what they did with her later in the film, which we will get to. The Predator ship lands. We get 3 Predators, and we see them arrive onto the ice. They kill a few of the crew, which I'll admit was a pretty good scene, actually. Even if it was PG-13, like, it was so you saw a little bit of blood, but I thought the scene was cool. You saw the 3 Predators kind of wreck them, and the effects were good. I think the effects are really good. They actually did a good job with that. I'm gonna take cheers. So Predator kills the remaining service crew, which I'll admit done well. The rest of the crew arrive to the pyramid, which is a really good I'll admit, kind of a little bit of that callback, obviously, to the original Alien with when they find the space engineer ship or space jockey, I think is what it's called. When they find that, it's like a little bit of a callback to that. So they arrive at the pyramid, and then we see they find face huggers, which attach themselves to a few people, and then chest busters emerge. And see, that's the issue. You can't do that. A chest buster. You don't. We didn't get really a good chest burster scene in this movie. You want to know why? It was PG-13. You can't do that. Like the chest burster scene is one of the most iconic scenes in that first Alien movie. And honestly, any Alien sequel, even like some of the bad ones, like at least with the R rating, you can see like them go into detail. You see like the blood coming out, and it's all drawn out. In this, it's super quick because it's PG-13, so you got to make it quick so you don't focus too much on the blood. It's stupid. It's stupid. Both of these franchises are R rated. I don't. Okay, that's the one thing that really frustrated me about this, because I think the movie itself was good. I actually dig it. So the Predators show up. One of the main Predators, which is the Chopper Predator, gets killed. And then the Celtic Predator has a main battle with one of the Xenos, and then the crew escapes. Which the action scenes were dope, and the Predator puts up a good fight, but then it survives its net, which cuts into skin. So, like I like the little because I think it was for marketing, because they make toys and shit for this movie. So they gave like even the aliens names. You had like the basic black alien, but the one, because the Predator threw its net at it, but it cut through and it had like a grid looking thing on its head. So they called it Grid Alien. So the alien kills it, kills the Predator. It was a really dope battle. So the Predator kills it, gets killed with the its mouth. Really, like I said, the battle scenes are dope. They are escaped, but then we have one Predator left, and they call it Scar because it takes one of the chest burster. Like I think it kills one of the face huggers, and because its blood is acidic, it cuts like scars into its helmet. It's little things like that, that are interesting. They're like the young. I think they're called Young Bloods or something, if I remember. So the Scar. So the Predator kills one of the people, and then can get attacked by a face hugger, which is really good scene. Like those scenes, this movie is weird because if it was R rated, that's all it fucking needed. Because I actually think this movie is largely good. There's nothing really to rant about. Like, it's not amazing. Like, I wouldn't put AVP up there with obviously either the first two Aliens or obviously the first two Predators. I wouldn't, or even Predators, to be honest. I think AVP is good for what it is. So then we see that the Queen, and then we get a little bit of a flashback where you see that the alien and the Predators have been kind of warring for a while. So I'm just gonna kind of jump a little bit. So Lex, which is Sanaa Lathan's character, the Predator, I guess, sees honor in her, so he ends up killing a xenomorphin, uses its tail and makes it like a makeshift spear, and then gives her the Xeno head as a shield. Which I'll admit, it's kind of cool. A little bit of I think that was a little bit of a callback, because there's a comic out there where a girl becomes a Predator. She joins the Predator clan. And it's an interesting story. It's actually not a bad story. So they kind of probably did that. They obviously didn't make her the character from the comic, but they did a little bit of okay, we're going to give a little bit of a callback to this. So the Queen escapes. And then, So yeah, I'm just sorry I jumped a bit because this kind of, there's a portion where kind of this movie is not that long either. This movie is only like an hour and a half. Like it's an hour and a half movie, so it's not even that long. So it was standard like mid 2000s length. So the Xeno escapes, the Queen Xeno, and this was dope because we hadn't had seen the Queen, do shit in a while because she was dope in Aliens, but then we all know what happened with her in Alien Resurrection, where she just gets fucking wrecked. So it was kind of cool that they're all right. We're gonna make the Queen fucking badass. So the Queen and the Predator have a fight. Predator obviously unmasks, and I actually like the look of the. I think they do a really good job with the makeup in this. Like the Predator face looks really good. So so she the Predator and her basically team up to fight the Queen. It's really all the Predator doing all the work. So Sanaa, I think she got in some kind of vehicle and basically sends the Queen stabs the Predator, and then is basically about to kill it, and then either Lex uses like a vehicle of some kind, like some snow vehicle, to has the Queen tumble over to the side of the cliff. And then we see several Predator appear, kind of like I like the little callbacks to previous movies because the Predators show up in the end like a callback to Predator 2 when all the Predators shows up, and it was cool. We saw the Elder Predator. Actually, I overall love the Predator design. This is my favorite Predator design. I like how big they are, and their armor just looks dope. It almost looks like knight armor. That's probably why I like it. So they show up, they pick up their fallen, and they give her a spear. Then they go into space, and then we see that the dead Predator has a xenomorph in it. And this is where the Predalien is born, and that's basically where we're going to get Requiem. This film is dope. I think it is. It has early 2000s cheese in it, obviously, which a lot of movies do. You know, a lot of those movies you rewatch from that time period have that 2000s cheese factor, but it's a good fucking movie. I think it needed that R fucking rating. That's where they fucked up, really, was not making it R rated. It was because I guess they got caught up in, oh, we gotta make as much money, because you gotta remember, this was, and I understand this isn't a comic book movie, but just using it as an example, a lot of R-rated movies didn't make, this was pre-Deadpool and Joker era, so a lot of R-rated movies didn't, but it's weird though, like, I don't, obviously maybe you adjust for inflation, but I don't think at the time, not every movie was hitting like like $1 billion. I think this was still at that time where like 500 million was still considered a lot. Like 4 to 500 million was still considered a fucking hit. This wasn't like, not every fucking movie was hitting $1 billion. So I don't know why they got caught up in that. That's what held this movie back. Like, why you couldn't get really any good chest burster scenes, because, oh, we gotta cut it because it's R rated, because it's PG-13. You can't have like that slow build where, oh man, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. No, we gotta make it really quick. But but like I said, if you take that out of it, the film is good. I think the team is decent, mainly Lex and Lance Henriksen's character. Everyone else was just okay, but they weren't annoying or anything. The action scenes were good. The alien predator battles were dope. I like that this film brought some respect back to the Queen, especially after Alien Resurrection. It was like nice to see, okay, the Queen's actually treating. I'm gonna say the effects were amazing. There were some moments where they were iffy, but overall the special effects were really good. Especially the Queen, when she broke out, it looked beautiful, and the Predator effects were great. Like when they were unmasked, I actually really dig how they look. I think the fight in the end was cool. I like that it was that part where you saw predators fighting on the pyramid and the Xenos were just climbing. Like, it was like a swarm. It was just like they were swarming that shot. Just, there was some really good shit in this movie. It was cool to see like little callbacks to previous films franchises, like when they found the pyramid, it felt like that space jockey scene, or in the end where the Predators show up to kind of get their fallen brother. Very much like, obviously, the Predator 2 ending. So you like just those two big ones. I think there was another one, but you get moments like that that are almost like callbacks to previous movies. And it was cool to see like the tech. I think the Celtic Predator has the coolest fucking helmet. I love his helmet, even if he does just kind of die early on. I know there's criticisms of this movie. This movie isn't perfect, but I think this is one of the better, like, versus movies. I think it's just as good as Freddy versus Jason. It did, like I said, it did what it's supposed to do. It just needed that R rating. I think that's what held it back was not making it R rated. But out of 10, I'd give it like a 7.5 or an 8. I enjoyed it. I had a fun time. I wasn't angry or anything, but what's gonna suck is because I'm gonna have to watch AVPR. That one. Oh, that film's bad. I think like AVPR is fucked up because they actually make that one R rated, so they do that right. And there is some good Predator scenes in that movie, and you do have some good kills, but it's too fucking dark in the sense, and I'm not meaning dark in tone. I'm talking about like in the way it's shot. You can't see shit. And I know I think there's versions out there where they brighten it a bit, but I don't think it really fixes it. It still looks kind of bad, and it's unfortunate because I remember I was really hyped for this movie because I liked the first one, and they're actually making it R rated this time. So I was like, okay, we're kind of doing. And like I said, I don't think AVPR is a complete shit show like let's say the Predator was. It's not, but I think what makes it just it. Also, the characters feel like slasher characters. They don't feel like characters that you'd see in an Alien Predator movie. Like, the characters in AVPR feel like characters you would see in a Friday the 13th movie. Like a really bad one. And we will get to that on Monday. Tomorrow, I'm going to rank the Alien movies. I'm probably going to also do a Predator ranking this week, too. And we'll do a fixing. I'm finally going to get to it. Fixing Mummy 3. I might do a fixing Predator also, The Predator, because that film I think deserves to be fixed. Because I think there's actually some good things in that if you just gotta really look. But other than that, I'm gonna take one more hit. But overall, I enjoyed this movie, and I'm happy y'all. I just gotta thank the fans, if I could call them that, you know, for getting my channel to 117 people, and just I didn't think I'd be here because I left YouTube a few years ago, and but I came back and I didn't think I would be here, and thank people who got my Mortal Kombat video. Now it's at 600 something now. So I just gotta say thank you. But overall, AVP is good. So I'd say watch it. Just even as like it, I wouldn't defend it. You know how like I defend BVS, like I'd say it's an amazing film. I wouldn't call this an amazing film. I would say it's like you look at it like just watch it for what it is. You could just be cheese. And a guilty pleasure, even if as that, it's entertaining. I think it's an entertaining an hour and a half. So, and if you want to see some decent Alien Predator fight scenes, but other than that, fuck OneRing.net, fuck Disney, fuck Warner Brothers, fuck Freddie Bitch Jr. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.